GA is a molecular diagnostic company. We are focusing core on the microbiome. And as you might know, the microbiome is one of the most exciting areas within medicine today. It is a booming area, and there is a high need for standardized diagnostics. And that's what we are all about. In GA, we were established back in 2008. We have used extensive researches and development over the years to develop the GA map platform, which is the first standardized diagnostic platform for the microbiome. We develop diagnostics tests onto that platform, and this enables laboratories globally to run microbiome tests locally, and they do not need to send it to the central labs. So all in all, GA is our core business is then to sell these reagent kits like a razor blade model, you can say. I'm very happy with the quarter and the progresses we made. Especially, I'm happy about the strategic fundament in the business and the recognition we see out in the industry, where GA now is more and more put on the map, and it's very important for our strategic position going forward. When we go more into the financials, I would say that we had record sales in Q4 2025. It was 10% up on constant currency and reached 6.4 million. And the growth driver for us is the recurring sales of reagent kits, reached 5 million kroner and up 20% on constant currencies. So we can say that we had some headwinds on the gross margins, where we were hit by the US import duties and the weak dollar. So the gross margin fell to 68% in Q4 versus 83% Q4 2024. But all in all, we are seeing strong improvement in the business. We have increasing volumes, so I feel comfortable that we will keep a good, solid gross margin going forward. Otherwise, I will emphasize on the achievements we had on our development project, the core development project of the new test, IBM Precision DX, where we managed to freeze, so have a so-called design freeze in our product development. So now this project is moved over to the last validation phase, and we will expect then an RU launch in mid-2026. So our teams have worked very hard on this, and this is a very, very important milestone for us. Another milestone was that we saw the first sales in December of the MHI GutHealth test, which we have co-developed by Ferring Pharmaceuticals. A very, very interesting test that will be used to aid in the treatment of Clostridium difficile. We'll come back to that. So all in all, I think we were very, very pleased with the progress in Q4, but all in all also the 2025 progress. The company is now in a much, much better position to grow forward. As I stated earlier, the reagent kits will be the primary growth engine in GA. This is a result of our placements, or when we place systems in the labs, they will, of course, they have to buy the reagent kit by GA. So as they grow their business, we get recurring revenues. So definitely the reagent kits will continue to grow and outperform the rest of the growth in the business. When it comes to this service lab, yes, we had a decline in Q4 compared to last year. This is not unexpected, also because a lot of our smaller lab customers out there, they use our service lab in the start, but as they grow the volume, they implement our system, so we will have a transfer from service lab into reagent kit customers. Another very important growth driver to watch out for is, as I said, we have good discussions with a lot of industry partners out there. GA is very much on the map, and I see that there will be new products coming from these kind of discussions, and that might also be a very interesting growth driver going forward. I would say the launch has performed more or less so far as expected. Just to remind the viewers here that the MHI GutHealth test was co-developed by with Ferring Pharmaceuticals. And the intention of this test is to monitor treatment with patients that are treated with these microbiome altering drugs, like, for example, Ferring's Pharmaceuticals Reagent, or there could be other drugs in the market that needs that. So specialists do look for diagnostic tests that can monitor the treatment, see, do they need a second dose, are they fine? This is where our test comes in. So there is a high unmet need in the market for diagnostic tests that can monitor treatment when patients are on so-called microbiome restoration. And the first starting point is, of course, then patients with recurring Clostridium difficile. This is a severe infection in the gut, and about 500,000 US citizens or Americans have that or get that disease annually. And of those, 200,000 have so-called recurring C. difficile, and 20 to 30,000 of these patients die every year. So it's a big problem, and we need better diagnostics to follow and monitor that treatment. So this is the basic of this product, and we see very good feedback from specialists. They are very interested in the product, and we now just have to speed up, put resources onto this, and do our best to maximize the impact of this launch. Yeah, that's always an interesting questions in these kind of companies we are in. I would say thank you both. Of course, we need to invest now in growth, but we also need to keep strict cost control. So what we do, we would like to invest in, I would say, developing the US market more, get more growth of the US. But we will keep a very strict cost control on other areas. And also we would like to invest in areas where we see payment coming through in the short term and the medium term. That's how we would balance this. I would say, of course, this is a very exciting company, but coming back to our milestones, the The launch of the IBD product as an RUO where we time to mid-2026 will be important. I mean, IBD affects about 5 to 6 million people in the US and Europe every year. It's a lifelong disease, and there is a high need for supporting diagnostics in this field. And this is where GA comes in. With our test, the gastroenterologist can predict the disease scores for those patients, so they will be able to personalize the treatment in much better than today. So that is a very important strategic move GA has now when we launch this, and of course this will fuel future revenues. The second part is the MHI GutHealth in the US, the launch there, to follow and see how this progresses. The third point is that we continue to enter into new industry agreements. That's very important for GA to build on, as I said previously, a new revenue stream coming from that. And of course also monitor the growth of our reagent kits going forward.